Both great sites.
Big booty, little booty, got everything.
There's not too many pop-up ads in either one of them, which we all appreciate.
This is our instructor. Stuttering still,
Let me know when the TV show
oh no, I just put it on. It got cold as hell yesterday. Word.
Take one.
So I gotta keep it focused on him too.
You're gonna have some fun today.
Yeah, we definitely is.
Don't say that.
Got this guy right here, gonna try to keep a straight face.
Who has a respirator? Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Come on.
Who has a respirator with them?
I'm gonna go get mine.
You got yours, you got yours? Yeah, at your convenience, maybe on the break we can go get it. You got yours, I saw it.
I got mine.
You got
I don't have
yours
one left.
I still forgot mine. I ain't gonna lie. Still forgot my shit. I got mine just like that, bro. This shit halfway there.
That one retired on me.
Yeah, it's pitiful.
What's the date?
The ninth.
Night. 2 more on 12, 2 more on
13.
Here's the sign-in sheet for today. Do me a favor if you can, please print your name legibly. Some of you guys got some pretty bad handwriting. And that's what I go by to make up your certificate. Whatever you put on your certificate, if it's not easy for me to read, I'm gonna go with my best guess. Okay? So make sure I can read it and sign and the company you work for. If you feel like giving me your email address, give me your email address. That's fine. I do not sell email addresses.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
I sell everything.
I sell everything. Everything's for sale.
Everything.
There's a Mustang convertible outside the parking lot. This guy's selling it.
I sell mine. Hate mine.
If all the planets are in alignment, we already have an internet connection here. I do. I love that. Now,
What's up, baby? Got some guys back there. Yeah. I got some on the way. Yeah, soon. So I'm just trying to get right with Ben's birthday. We're gonna set it off in the apartment.
You get that dishwasher out of your apartment.
Yeah, he didn't do it yet. Yeah, they wasn't told to me to do that, so I'm not doing it so that he does it. Wasn't told to me. I'll do it though, just for my boy, but letting me know that I did it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Hold up.
Represent. Good job, right?
You know, yeah, I gotta let it be known. Hey, it wasn't told to do it, but I did it, so you know. Everything told to me gets done ASAP.
all right, so we're
Let's ride.
probably going to only do about 25 questions off this test. Again, this is a discussion. This is not an exam. No one's being graded on this. Whatever differences of opinion we have, we will work them through. More important to me that we walk away from this with an understanding of the concept than everybody getting 100 on the exam. So let's begin. I will read the question. You read all the responses before you open your mouth. When you think you have the answer in your mouth, shout it out. And let's discuss it. Number one, what is asbestos? A naturally occurring mineral. We can't make it. Geology makes it. Does anyone disagree with that? Okay, that's how this is going to go.
I don't think you know if the Chinese are really capable, man. I think they want to make it.
Yeah, but they still can't make asbestos.
I don't know about that. We can make diamonds now.
Major uses of asbestos in building materials includes everything listed here except which one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I ain't gonna front. On front.
You can't see it?
I can see it. Let me look at my own.
Hang on, I can make it a little bigger. How's this?
No, I still need it.
Alright.
I want
We use asbestos in thermal system insulation. We use asbestos in tiles for the ceilings, acoustical tile for aesthetics as well, and decorative plaster, like texture on the walls, orange peel texture on the walls, knockdown stuff. We use asbestos in a lot of building materials. This is not an all-inclusive list. Number 3, a substance that when dry can be easily crumbled is called what? Friable. Does anyone disagree with that?
No.
Remember the Ritz crackers over a bowl of tomato soup? That's the concept. You can crush it to powder by hand pressure. Asbestos has the following unique properties. All of the above. Does anybody have a different answer than that? All of the above is correct. Don't be afraid, shout them out. I know it's only 8:30 in the morning. What is asbestosis?
That's it's like a form of a disease.
B.
I heard B. Who said B?
Vale.
B. Results in fibrotic scar tissue inside the lung.
Oh yeah.
The scar tissue
I say
is
B.
grown around the fiber that you injected many years ago.
B, yeah.
Right? That's what asbestosis is.
B.
Asbestos.
B, right?
Number 6, asbestos-related diseases include all things listed here except for which one?
Heart disease.
Heart disease. You get heart disease from having too many Dunkin' Donuts. You get heart disease from eating too much fat. Heart disease is
Starting that
not
car.
something that's caused by asbestos. You know, my mom had heart disease when she was a little kid. She had a very high temperature, and it damaged one of the valves in her heart. She was like 6 or 7 years old. She lived her whole life without knowing about the damage. And a couple of years ago, she's got an arrhythmia. Your heart goes. Hers was going. The doctor took her to the emergency room at the hospital and said, "You got to have surgery right now." They replaced one of the valves. You know, she was in her late 60s. You know, not much, just a lot of that, and going strong. An asbestos worker who is also a smoker is how many times more likely to be diagnosed with lung cancer?
50%.
More than 50 times as likely. Okay? Oops. Annual asbestos medical exams include everything listed here except for what? We didn't get too deep into this, but take a guess.
What was the question?
Annual asbestos medical examination includes everything here except for which one?
Blood test?
A blood test. If you work with lead, then that's when OSHA requires a blood test to check for EBLs, elevated blood levels. We're not working with lead. All right. This one we didn't cover at all because we're not setting up 3-stage decontamination units. So take a guess anyway. In the decontamination procedure, in which room does a worker remove his or her protective suit?
Equipment room?
Why did you say that?
Oh, one took a guess.
That's the correct answer. Let's say we have to remove the popcorn in this room. What we're going to do is we're going to set this room up in a containment. We're going to put the plastic down on the floor. We're going to cover the windows and doors first. Then we're going to put the plastic up on the floor. We're going to come up a minimum of 2 feet off the floor. in 2 directions, okay? And then we're gonna hang plastic on the walls, and we're gonna create a bathtub. Out of the sheeting that piece of drywall that was sitting on yesterday, duct tape and nailed up to the wall. Then we're gonna wet everything down and we're gonna scrape the popcorn off the ceiling. Every time someone leaves this containment for break, for lunch, to go home at the end of the day, you take a shower on the way out to get all the asbestos contamination out of your hair, off your skin, and you will have a protective suit on, because it's class 1 asbestos work. You're gonna take your protective suit off in the equipment room. That's stage 1 of the decontamination. The shower is in between the equipment room and the clean room where you get dressed and go home for the day. Take the suit off in the equipment room, leave your respirator on because you're still contaminated, take a shower, and then take your respirator off. That's the procedure. Who plays video games? Console, online video games. Just about everybody, right? What happens when your cable company is not that great? You shoot somebody.
Yeah, you start lagging.
And after you push the button, that individual that you're playing against has the opportunity to shoot you and kill you because his cable company is faster.
Yeah, you lag a lot.
The problem with that, it's commonly known as lag, but the technical term for it is called latency.
Right.
Latency is when an incident occurs, and then you have a time lapse, and then you have consequences.
Right.
When it comes to asbestos-related diseases, exposure to a substance and a time frame, and then the onset of disease. That's the latency period. Carbon monoxide, a good whiff of carbon monoxide will drop you right down to the ground. Asbestos, you don't see any adverse health effects for many, many years later on down the road. Which type of respirator is not allowed in the asbestos abatement business?
Face mask.
Dust mask.
Dust mask, face
can only be
mask.
used when you're cutting your lawn, trying to keep the bugs out of your mouth. We briefly discussed this yesterday. What agency approves respirators for use in asbestos abatement?
Name?
Does anybody remember that? NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. NIOSH doesn't have the force of law the way OSHA and the EPA does. So NIOSH recommends what OSHA is to enforce. NIOSH approves respirators. Don't worry about this one, that's an antiquated question. The type of filters that are used on respirators,
HEPA.
negative air machines, what are they?
HEPA.
HEPA, high efficiency particulate air filters. What were the numbers on HEPA filters?
Oh, shit.
Little purple ones are P100s. What is the efficiency of that filter?
Wow.
Nobody remembers? You read the definition yesterday. 99.97% efficient in the removal of monodispersed particles down to 0.3 microns in size. You guys are going to see 0.3 microns today. The types of filters that are used in industry for protection, to identify them, they're usually color-coded. What color is the ones that we use?
Purple.
Purple.
Purple or magenta? Magenta is the technical color for it. I don't know the word. That's it. When are you going to do a fit check? When you put a respirator on. When are you going to do a
When you
fit
first
check?
do it, when you first put it on.
Every time you put the respirator on. When you go out for lunch and you come back and put your respirator back on, you fit check it. Look at this question and read the answers carefully. Personal protective equipment includes everything listed here except for which one?
I can see it.
It'll be a negative air machine because it's not personal.
Negative air machine.
The negative air machine is going to draw all the air out of the room.
Right.
It's going to have makeup
PPE is
air coming in, uncontaminated
personal.
makeup air.
Shit. Protective equipment. Shit.
Okay.
My bad.
All right, now, I just gave this question away, number 18. In a decontamination procedure, where does the worker remove his or her respirator?
In negative containment air.
In the equipment room?
Okay.
You're going to remove the suit in the equipment room. You're gonna remove the respirator in which room?
Your shower.
In the shower. That's
Yeah.
correct. Think about it. You're working in a regulated area where you're expecting the PEL, the permissible exposure limit, to be exceeded. You are that's something like that. You are expected to have
Did you sign in, Jeff?
exposure to airborne concentrations of asbestos. For that reason, you're wearing a respirator and a protective suit. Keep it off your clothes or your skin. You're going to remove the suit in the equipment room after you've exited the regulated area. While you're doing that, you're creating a cloud of asbestos dust inside that room that is being drawn towards the negative air machine. Leave your respirator on and step into the shower, and then take a shower. Oops. All right, so in 1986, the Asbestos Hazard Emergency Response Act established rules addressing what type of buildings?
Schools?
Schools, that is correct. Decontamination units include all of these except for which one?
Clean room?
The clean room is part of the three-stage decontamination unit. What did you say?
The lab area.
The lab area. The lab area has to be below the permissible exposure limit, outside of the regulated area. We're going to set up a laboratory in this room today. Does anybody know this? It is recommended that an additive is mixed with water when removing asbestos-containing material. This additive is called what?
No.
Explosive?
B.
What do you think it is? It's B. Who said B?
Me.
It's B.
You lie.
Surfactant. Surfactant is a wetting agent. It literally makes water a little bit wetter. It breaks the tension on the surface of the water, allowing it to be absorbed into the material that you're trying to wet a little bit more effectively. It's called amended water. Don't worry about this question. I gave you this one just a few minutes ago. The particulate filter that is used for asbestos removes what? A. 99.97% of fibers at least 3/10 of a micron in size. Two major work methods that are used to control fibers that will be released because of your activities are which one? A good supervisor and untrained workers? No. Wet removal and negative air. That is correct. Don't worry about this one. Don't worry about this one. Number 27. The proper working techniques for minimizing asbestos fiber release include literally all of these except for which one? Which one doesn't matter? Which one of these doesn't matter? You're going to use negative pressure enclosures. Shortest route to the landfill. That's the driver's responsibility. Your responsibility is to control the release of fibers. You're going to do that using negative pressure, wet methods, and proper procedures and equipment. We're going to do a blood bag removal, so don't worry about that. OSHA requires monitoring on 25% of the workforce minimum. If there's 50 guys on the crew, you got to do hang pumps on 12 or 13 people. If there's 5 people on the crew, we're going to hang pumps on everybody. I brought 3 pumps with me today, but a minimum with a large crew, you got to do 25%. Which of these? This will be the last one. Which of these is common hazards that may be present on an asbestos abatement job? All of the above. You are using wet methods, so your surfaces are going to be slippery. Heat-related disorders are pretty serious. They go from heat stress, which is irritability, lots of sweating, headaches, maybe a little bit of nausea, leading to heat exhaustion, which means you're done for the day. That's a medical alert. You may or may not need to call 911. Up to heat stroke, which is a medical emergency. 911 is required at that point when someone collapses or throws up. or is dizzy, slurring their words because they can't talk right. They're starting to lose consciousness. Your body starts to shut down. You stop sweating. Your body temperature is very, very high. You're done. You're gonna need medical release to come back to work. Imminent loss of life is possible here. And last but not least, in 1990, OSHA lowered the permissible exposure limit for asbestos to which one?
D.
D. Anybody else?
I can't see it.
Can't see it?
No, I'm too far back.
See if I can jack it up a little bit. How's that? A little better? That is good. Now you can see it?
Hey,
You've been guessing this whole time, have you?
hey,
A, 0.1 fibers per cubic centimeter of air over an 8-hour time-weighted average. D is ready for reoccupancy by unprotected personnel.
I know it was one of them.
Yeah, it is one of them. D is clean air. In other words, you don't need a respirator.
You don't need respirator, yep.
Yes. All right, excellent. You guys did really well with that. This is a video that I like to play. It really has nothing to do with what we're doing, but it's an awareness type thing of what life would be like if you did not have somebody as nagging and annoying as OSHA breathing down your neck.
Oh, your girl.
Yeah, oh, you girl. Has anybody seen the CBC documentary about Canadian asbestos over in India? Does anybody know anything about India? Has anybody ever been to India before?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy. They don't wear masks, they don't know that.
They don't do anything.
They wear barefoot and
Okay.
no shirt, nothing on their feet, and dead with big ass
The
shovels.
the industry over there is not nearly as regulated. And there's a bit of an outcry about how an enlightened country such as Canada would be so eager to sell asbestos to a developing country like India, where they know the workers are not protecting themselves. There's no regulatory body over in India that protects workers. You're going to see people doing jobs here that are going to take you a little bit by surprise. Some of it might make you sick. Understand that everyone you see working in this video is dead right now. Dead. They're no longer with us. Okay. This is YouTube. I did play this video last year. We got some new people here. I haven't seen you yet.
You got me like this now.
Yeah. They're throwing it across the room.
Not right.